Have you stopped eating beans because someone told you they're too high in carbohydrates, too hard to digest, or simply not the right food after 60? If so, you may be avoiding one of the most nutritious foods in your kitchen. Here's something that surprises many people. Some of the healthiest and longest living populations around the world regularly eat beans as part of their everyday meals. Yet many older adults have quietly removed them from their diet because of outdated advice or common myths. So who's right? Could beans actually help support healthy aging? Or are they a food seniors should avoid? The answer isn't as simple as many people think. Today, we'll look at what research suggests about beans and why they may support healthy blood sugar, heart health, muscle strength, digestion, and even help you stay satisfied for longer. We'll also talk about the biggest mistakes people make when eating beans, the best types to choose, and who should be careful before adding more beans to their meals. Stay with us until the end because one simple mistake that many people make with beans can leave them feeling bloated and uncomfortable. The good news is that it's often easy to avoid once you know what to do. If you're looking for practical, science-based health tips to help you stay active, independent, and healthy after 60, you're in the right place. Welcome to Prime Health Insights. Let's get started. Why so many people stop eating beans for years? Beans have had an unfair reputation. Some people think they're only a cheap substitute for meat. Others believe they're full of carbohydrates and should be avoided, especially if they're trying to manage their weight or blood sugar. And many older adults stop eating beans because they worry about gas or digestive discomfort. But here's what often gets overlooked. After the age of 60, your nutritional needs begin to change. Your muscles naturally become smaller if they're not supported with enough protein. Your digestive system may not work quite as efficiently as it once did. Blood sugar may become harder to manage. Heart health becomes even more important. And staying full after meals can become surprisingly difficult, leading to unnecessary snacking throughout the day. This is where beans deserve a second look, not because they're a miracle food, and certainly not because they can replace medical treatment, but because they contain a unique combination of nutrients that work together in ways many people don't realize. Protein, fiber, complex carbohydrates, magnesium, potassium, iron, folate, and dozens of naturally occurring plant compounds. Instead of causing a quick rise in blood sugar like many processed foods, beans are digested much more slowly. That slower digestion is one reason they can fit into a balanced diet for many older adults. But blood sugar is only part of the story. There's another reason healthcare professionals often encourage older adults to include beans regularly in their meals. And it has everything to do with something that quietly begins happening inside your body after the age of 60, your muscles. One of the biggest changes that happens after the age of 60 is something most people never notice until it begins affecting their daily life. It's called age-related muscle loss. You may first notice it when climbing stairs feels a little harder than it used to. Getting up from a chair takes more effort. Carrying groceries feels heavier. Or your balance isn't quite as steady as it once was. Many people assume this is simply a normal part of getting older. While some muscle loss is common with aging, it doesn't mean there's nothing you can do about it. In fact, what you eat every day plays an important role in helping your body maintain muscle as you age. This is where beans can become a valuable part of your meals. Beans naturally contain plant-based protein, which your body uses to help repair and maintain muscle tissue. Now, it's important to be realistic. Beans alone won't build strong muscles. Regular physical activity, especially strength exercises, is still one of the best ways to support healthy muscles after 60. But combining exercise with enough protein throughout the day gives your body the building blocks it needs. Beans can help contribute to that goal. And that's not all. Beans also provide magnesium, a mineral involved in hundreds of chemical reactions inside your body. Magnesium helps support normal muscle function, healthy nerves, and energy production. Some older adults don't get enough magnesium from their diet, making it even more important to include a variety of magnesium-rich foods whenever possible. This is one reason beans are often recommended as part of an overall healthy eating pattern. But perhaps the biggest surprise isn't the protein, it's what happens after you eat them. Unlike sugary snacks or highly processed carbohydrates that can cause your blood sugar to rise quickly and then fall just as fast, beans are digested much more slowly. Why? Because beans contain a unique combination of fiber, protein, and complex carbohydrates. Think of it like this. Imagine two cars leaving at exactly the same time. One speeds away, races down the road, and quickly runs out of fuel. The other travels at a steady, controlled pace and keeps going much longer. Many processed foods behave like the first car. Beans are much closer to the second. They release energy gradually instead of all at once. For many people, that slower digestion may help them feel satisfied for longer after a meal. Research has also shown that diets rich in fiber-containing foods, including beans, are associated with better blood sugar management as part of an overall healthy lifestyle. Of course, everyone's body is different. If you have diabetes or another medical condition, it's always important to follow the advice of your healthcare provider. But replacing some refined carbohydrates with foods like beans may be one simple step toward building a healthier eating pattern. And here's something many people don't expect. The benefits of beans don't stop with your muscles or your blood sugar. Inside your digestive system, something remarkable begins happening every time you regularly include beans in your diet. And that may be one of the biggest reasons researchers continue to study them today. Have you ever heard the saying, "Good health starts in the gut"? It may sound like a simple phrase, but researchers now know that your digestive system does much more than just break down food. Inside your intestines live trillions of tiny bacteria, often called the gut microbiome. While that might sound unpleasant, many of these bacteria are actually essential for good health. They help digest certain foods, produce important nutrients, and support your immune system. As we get older, keeping these helpful bacteria healthy becomes even more important. This is where beans offer another advantage. Beans are naturally rich in dietary fiber, including types of fiber that act as food for your beneficial gut bacteria. When those bacteria feed on fiber, they produce substances called short-chain fatty acids. These compounds help support the health of your colon and may help reduce inflammation in the gut. A healthier gut can also support more comfortable digestion and regular bowel movements, something many adults over 60 say becomes more challenging with age. But here's something important to remember. If you rarely eat beans and suddenly add a large bowl to your dinner, your digestive system may not be very happy. That doesn't mean beans are bad for you. It usually means your gut needs time to adjust. A better approach is to start with a small serving once or twice a week and gradually increase the amount over time. If you're using dried beans, soaking them before cooking and rinsing them well may also help reduce some of the compounds that can contribute to gas for some people. If you're using canned beans, rinsing them under running water can help remove much of the extra sodium that's often added during processing. Sometimes it's not the beans causing the problem, it's how they're prepared. Beans cooked with large amounts of salt, sugar, processed meats, or heavy sauces can turn a nutritious food into a much less healthy meal. Simple seasonings, vegetables, herbs, and healthy oils are often better choices. Now let's talk about another organ that works around the clock, your heart. After age 60, protecting your heart becomes one of the most important parts of healthy aging. Research suggests that people who regularly eat foods rich in fiber, including beans, tend to have healthier cholesterol levels as part of an overall balanced diet. Beans are also naturally low in saturated fat and contain potassium and magnesium, two minerals that support normal muscle and nerve function and play a role in maintaining healthy blood pressure. Of course, no single food can guarantee a healthy heart. Heart health depends on many factors, including physical activity, sleep, stress management, not smoking, and your overall eating pattern. But choosing beans instead of heavily processed foods is one small change that may support better long-term health. And here's where many people are surprised. The biggest mistake isn't avoiding beans altogether. It's believing that all beans are exactly the same. Some choices offer more fiber, some provide more protein, and some packaged bean products contain surprising amounts of added sugar and sodium that many people never notice. So which beans are the best choices after 60? And how much should you actually eat to enjoy the benefits without overdoing it? Let's look at that next. So, if you're thinking about adding beans back to your meals, you may be wondering, which beans are actually the healthiest? The good news is that there's no single perfect bean. Each variety offers slightly different nutrients, and including a mix throughout the week can help you enjoy a wider range of benefits. Black beans are an excellent source of fiber and contain natural plant compounds called anthocyanins, the same family of antioxidants that give blueberries their deep color. Kidney beans provide protein, fiber, iron, and folate, making them a nutritious addition to soups, salads, and stews. Chickpeas, also known as garbanzo beans, have a creamy texture and are rich in protein and fiber. They work well in salads, roasted as a crunchy snack, or blended into hummus. Lentils deserve special attention because they cook quickly and provide protein, fiber, iron, and potassium. They're a great choice for people who don't want to spend hours preparing meals. And cannellini or navy beans are soft, mild in flavor, and pair well with vegetables, soups, and lean proteins. The truth is, the best bean is often the one you'll enjoy eating regularly, because healthy habits only work when they become part of everyday life. But this brings us to another common question. How much should you eat? For most healthy adults, enjoying about half a cup to 1 cup of cooked beans several times a week can be part of a balanced eating pattern. There's no need to eat beans every single day if they don't fit your meals. What's more important is consistency over time. If you're new to eating beans, start with a smaller portion. Give your digestive system time to adjust. Drink enough water throughout the day, since fiber works best when your body's well hydrated. And remember, beans are only one part of healthy aging. They work best alongside regular physical activity, quality sleep, fruits and vegetables, whole grains, and other sources of protein. Now, although beans are healthy for many people, they're not the right choice for everyone. If you have chronic kidney disease, some beans may contain more potassium or phosphorus than your healthcare provider recommends. People with certain digestive conditions, such as active inflammatory bowel disease during a flare-up, may also need to adjust the amount and type of fiber they eat. And if you're taking medications such as blood thinners or have other long-term health conditions, it's always wise to discuss significant dietary changes with your healthcare professional. Healthy eating should always be personalized. Now let's bring everything together. If you've been avoiding beans because you thought they were unhealthy, hopefully today's discussion has helped clear up some of the most common myths. Beans aren't a miracle food, but they are one of the most affordable, versatile, and nutrient-rich foods you can include in a balanced diet. They provide fiber that helps support digestive health, protein that contributes to healthy muscles, minerals that support your body's everyday functions, and nutrients that may help support healthy blood sugar and heart health as part of an overall healthy lifestyle. Perhaps the biggest lesson is this: healthy aging isn't usually about finding one magical superfood. It's about making small, consistent choices that support your body year after year. And for many adults over 60, adding beans back to the menu could be one of those simple choices. If you found today's video helpful, we'd love to hear from you. Tell us in the comments, what's your favorite type of bean and how do you like to prepare it? Your ideas may inspire someone else in our community to try a healthier meal this week. And if you're passionate about learning practical, science-based ways to support healthy aging, be sure to subscribe to Prime Health Insights. Every week, we share evidence-based tips designed to help you stay active, independent, and informed after 60. The information shared on Prime Health Insights is intended for educational purposes only and should not be considered medical advice. It is not a substitute for professional diagnosis, treatment, or individualized healthcare guidance. Always consult your doctor or another qualified healthcare professional before making changes to your diet, medications, or lifestyle, especially if you have an existing medical condition or take prescription medications. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.